So hey, the Niyamas. So these are the observances that in our yoga way of living that we want to be really mindful of as we move through our day-to-day. And I'm gonna have some of the translations here so that I can try and pronounce them correctly. But there's some really interesting ones here. So Saucha, purity. Purity. Interesting one to discuss, and I'd really love to get a little group going on this one. But purity of what? Purity of mind, of body, spirit, or just practicing pure intentions. So, being honest, which we've already discussed in our yamas, with yourself, and living in a pure way. Dedicated to what you want and what you love. I'm sure there's about 1,000 different translations to this, but purity in your practice could mean really setting an intention at the beginning, and using the mindfulness and the self-awareness to be pure in that intention, and not making decisions that would perhaps not lead you to that intention. And the same is true in everyday life as well. Self-study, so this is Safiyara. Sorry. So self-study, one of my, I think my favorite ones, because I really do believe if we do the work and we focus on ourselves and we ask ourselves questions honestly, continuously, that we will live a better and more fulfilled and happy life, and we will be better for the people around us. So self-study is a really important one in yoga, and not just in the physical sense that we keep practicing our asana, we keep moving and we study our bodies to see, are we getting stronger, are we feeling better, but also in how we think. It can take us a very long time, me personally, to being nearly 40, to be really in touch with my self-study and really doing work on myself to just be happier and more content. So really good one for that. Santosha, contentment. So being really, you don't have to be accepting. Accepting is an interesting loaded word, but just being content with what we have right now, to be grateful, to practice gratitude daily. I mean, that's a really big one for me, to just feel content with what life has given us, and even when it's put us through really tough times and really challenging times, which a lot of us have had. Finding those little pockets of contentment, what have I got to be super grateful for? Doesn't stop you from making goals and plans to live bigger and better lives, but just always drilling it down to that contentment can be just super important to your happiness. Surrender. So this is a really difficult pronunciation, so do bear with me. Ishvara Pranidhara. Surrender. Sounds a lot like giving up, doesn't it? So surrender. Let's start with the yoga practice. Surrendering into a posture can often be the hardest thing, particularly if we're doing something like yin yoga or something very slow, or not moving at all. Just surrendering into how that posture feels, and not that ticking feeling of, oh, I should be further, I should be able to reach here, I should be touching my toes, I should be doing this. Just surrendering to where it is right now. This is where I am, this is where I'm supposed to be, and just embracing that. But in terms of life, surrender can often mean we can work really hard, we can make our plans, we can have our goals. I have a manifestation board. We all have those things that we want to do, but then surrendering to the fact that it will come to you if that is what is for you. And if it doesn't, very often it's the best thing that's ever happened to you, and you will get something so much more nourishing and something so much more for you. And then you will look back and think, why did I push so hard? Hindsight's a beautiful thing. And this is one I struggle with, that the idea of surrender. For me, I'm a very driven person. And if you are that sort of A type person where you really want to push, 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 sitting back and saying, well, I've done the work and now I'm surrendering to the divine can be really difficult, but a great one to practice in life and in your asana as well. And then tapa is self-discipline. Again, one I struggle with. Wondering where you're at with this. Self-discipline can mean such a myriad of things. In practice, in our asana, it is, turning up to your mat day on day when you're not feeling particularly motivated, but doing that asana practice, doing the breathing, doing the meditation, and being disciplined enough to put it into your daily life because you know it's going to do you good. And this isn't about turning up to the gym every day and bashing it hard and burning those calories and starving the body. And that's not self-discipline, that's self-punishment. Self-discipline is turning up for yourself every single day, consistently making decisions that serve you best. And sometimes that decision is to not go to the gym, to not do that run, and to be self-disciplined to know that that is the right decision. Or that's at least how I see it. So it'll be interesting to see how you see it. So we've got, excuse me, purity, self-study, contentment, surrender, and self-discipline. How do they all fit into your lives?